My name is Lashone Skill. I am the CEO of Adequate Fashion School. So we are going to be making a 4 pieces pencil skirt today. The required measurements are the skirt length, the skirt waist, as well as the skirt hip. So using the pieces skirt formula, which is number of pieces you are making multiplied by 2, then divided by your hips plus your seam allowance. So we are making a 4 pieces pencil pieces skirt, which means we are going to multiply the 4 by 2, then divide our hips with it. So the skirt hips we are using is hip 36.5, and we are making a 4 pieces skirt. So 4 times 2, that's 8. Then we are going to use the 8 to divide our hips. So can someone divide the hips for me? 38 divided by 9.125. So the next thing we are going to do is to transfer the measurement on our skirts. First thing I'm going to get is I'm going to get the skirt length. The skirt length is 41, but I'm going to be adding an extra 2 inches, which is the sewing allowance for the folding, as well as if I'm joining a band. So that will make the skirt to come to 43. So yeah, here we have our 43. The next measurement I'm going to get is the hip length. Using the hips measurement, my hip length is going to be around 8.5 or 8. So I'm going to be using 8.5 for my hip line. This is my hip line, and then I'm going to get my nail length. The basic formula to get your nail length, for if you don't have the measurement, is to do whatever your length, the skirt of your length of your skirt is, divided by 2 minus 2. So using this formula now, my skirt length is 43 divided by 2 give me 21.5 minus 2, we have 19.5. So from here I'm going to get 19.5. This is where the name of the skirt is going to be. So having on all my lines now, all I have to do now is to place my measurements on this. From the division we did, our answer is 9.125. So I'm going to place the 9.125 here. 9.125. That is not correct. 8 divided by 36.5. Somebody should do the calculation. That's 4.56. Yeah. So 4.56. I'm going to place it here. I have 4.56 plus my sewing allowance to join each piece together. So I'm coming to 5.1. I'm going to have 5.5 on my waistline, 5.1 on my hip line. Then I'm going to deduct ½ inch from what I have here on my nail length. This is basically so that if you study a basic pieces skirt very well, it always comes in at the nail length. So whatever I'm having from here to here minus half is what I'm going to place here. So I'm going to be having 4.6. So there I have my measurements. All I have to do is to connect each point to each other. So I'm going to connect this to this, then connect this to this. And then from the nail length, I'm going to connect it to the edge of my fabric. So yeah, we have the first piece of our pieces skirt. So this is the first piece of the 4 pieces skirt. So all we have to do now is to cut the piece out. So let me just confirm this. I have 43 here. So yeah, I'm going to cut this out. So yeah, we have our first piece. Now from our pieces skirt, this is 1 piece of our skirt. So we are going to cut 1 extra for the front, then we are going to cut another 2 for the back. So I'm just going to place this on my fabric and cut another piece. Let me cut this. So so I'm cutting another piece. This two is the two piece for the front skirt. There we have the front piece. Now to cut the back piece now, we are going to be adding an extra 1.5 for the zip allowance, because the back is going to be the one to carry the zip. Now, except you decide to have your zip at the side, then you don't have to add any extra allowance to this. But if you're having your zip at the back, in this case, we're having the zip at the back, so we are going to add an extra 0.15 to it. I'm just going to fold this. Don't pull it again. Leave it. Don't pull it. So there. Okay. And this one. Just going to place 0.15. She serve as our zip. So yeah. Now I'm supposed to add the 0.15, but since this fabric is on fold and all I need is 0.15, so I'm going to divide my zip allowance into 2. So instead of adding 0.715, I'll add 0.75 because the fabric is on fold. So when I open it up, I should have 1.15. So all I need is for the back to be 1.15 bigger than the front, so it will carry the zip. I'm still shifting it. So now all I have to do is to cross check that I have 0.75 here. So just cross check. I have 0.175. Yeah. So since we cross check that we have the 0.75 on point, then I can cut this. So yeah, I'm cutting another piece for this. Yeah. So yeah, we have our pieces, 4 pieces skirts. So this is the back and this is the front. So the next thing we are going to do now is to join each piece together. Now that we finish joining the front now. Just to check the measurement. I'm going to use the front to shape. If you remember, we had the same thing on the hip. What we have on the hip is what we have on the waist side. So now the next thing we are going to do is to now get the accurate measurement for the waist. So that's what we're going to do. I'm not going to join this now. I'm just going to use this to shape it. All I need is just to join the front. This. So there. Select. I'm going to place this on it and I'm going to shape everything together. Okay, the skirt measurement that we are using, the waist is 27. So we are going to divide 27 by 4. The waist is 20. Okay, now 29 divided by 4 should give us 7.25. So I'm going to get my 7.25. Then add my sewing allowance. 1.5. Then I'll get down to my hip. The hip length I used was 8.5. And the nail length was 19.5. So I'm going to get my hip measurement on this. The hip is 36.5. That's 9.125. So yeah, we have our hip and the meaning we use for our sewing allowance. So now, just like our basic pencil skirt, whatever you're having here -1 is what you have at the nail here. So where we're having a total of 10.125, I should be having about 9.125 here. So which means we don't need to shape anything here. The only excess we have is on the waist. So I'm going to come up by 1 inch just to connect it, because I don't want to have any sharp edge. So I can use my tape to connect it. So yeah, this is our, I'm going to cut this out. There. So we have the front and the back piece. So the next thing we are going to do is now to join the front and the back together, because this here serves as the zip allowance. You can see this is the zip allowance, the 1.5 zip allowance we left. So this is the zip allowance. Yeah, that's the zip allowance 1.5. So all we have to do is now join this side piece together, and we have our skirts. So now we're going back to the machine. I'm joining it. I have an allowance of 1.5 here. And my hip length is 8.5. Yeah. Allowance of 1 inch, if you remember. So I'm going to join. Just I'm just going to, as you can see, the 1 inch on the next side. The moment I connect it, I'm going to be coming out until I end up at half inch here. So I don't necessarily have to have the same allowance all the way down. You can just, so I'm just going to be coming out until I end up with half inch. So I'm going to be joining the other side now. I'm placing the same measurement on it. That's 1.5 here. Then my hip length 8.5. Then 1 inch. Okay. So here we have our joining. So the next thing we just need to do now is the fixing of the zip. Let's use this short zip since it's skirt. We'll use a long one. So just going to indicate where my zip is going to be now. To fix the zip, it has to be at least 1 inch longer than the hip length. In this case, the hip length is 8.5, so I'm going to have my zip around 9.5. So first thing I'm going to do is to close the remaining and leave the zip allowance open. So I'm going to lock this up. Now what is left is to fix the zip. Now to fix the zip, I'm going to be using my zipper foot to fix it. So, you see? Okay, I have my zipper foot. I want to cross check for the waist measurement again. So the waist is 7.25, right? So I know where I put my zip. Fixing the zip right side facing right side. I'm going to fix it this way. Okay. The advantage of this zipper foot is that it allows you to get as close as possible to the zip. So, yeah. So yeah. Oh. As close as possible. So yeah, we have our 4 pieces skirt. So basically, and so all we have to do now is to hem the down part of the skirt, and I believe our pencil skirt is ready.